So they have killed and silenced Charlie Kirk. What a tragedy. What a despicable act. Dishonorable act. I hope you guys know and can see what is going on here. They are trying to create division. They are trying to stir division up because they need us to hate each other. And for all the people that think disagreeing with you means that you hate a person is pretty low vibrational, you know. It's really popular to disagree with somebody on the right and call them a fascist. Call somebody a Hitler because they disagree with you. You see it all the time. These kids are like, Trump is literally Hitler, you know. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that they use immigration. You didn't hear about this immigration stuff until Trump. Yet I can show you clip after clip after clip of Democrats calling for border security.
That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully.
And yet, the media will not report both sides. Why do they only show you stuff like this? And that gets me to another point. How many of you guys have seen the graphic violent pop up on your Facebook feed? Somebody's posted something graphic. You're going to have to click on here. This may not be something that you want to see. There's all this control. You know, you could get a strike. Your Facebook account could be removed. Your YouTube account could be removed for posting something like this. But yet, they have no problem showing Charlie Kirk being killed right on the screen. They have no problem with it. Think about it. Why would they do that? It's happening by design, folks. Do not be deceived. They are trying to get us fighting. And whatever you believe about Charlie Kirk, whether you believed this was a psyop, because I have looked at a lot of different footage, a lot of different angles. I've watched ballistics people talking, and there are some strange things about this whole thing. A book was published about it the day before on Amazon. People had screenshots of Amazon, and the published date was the day before. How is that possible? What the hell is going on here? Is this a psyop?
I was just Googling this, and something blew my mind. This just happened, September 10th. If you look on Google right now, 19 hours ago, posted by New York Times and Los Angeles Times, 19 hours ago, saying Charlie Kirk was shot. 19 hours ago would have been September 9th. Today's the 10th. This doesn't make sense. 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago. Today is the 10th. This doesn't make sense. How could the New York Times and Los Angeles Times report 19 hours ago that he had been shot when this just happened September 10th?
There's a lot of things that don't make any sense. But whether it's a psyop, whether it is real, the reaction is unbelievable. How many people dishonor somebody that has just passed away, dishonored their family? Would you do that to your neighbors? Would you go up to their house and start raising hell? Would you do that and desecrating their memorials? What kind of people are these people that would do such a thing? What kind of people laugh at somebody's death because they disagree? How would you like it if you were involved in a real bad car accident and the paramedics got there and they looked at something in your wallet and they said, or your purse, and they see that you're MAGA, and they say, well, I don't like MAGA. I think I'm going to just let this person die. How would you like that? To live in a world like that, where you are getting a heart surgery, in the middle of the heart surgery, your surgeon finds out that you're LGBTQ, and he doesn't agree with that lifestyle, and just says, you know what? Maybe he's a Muslim. You know that Muslims will kill you in their countries for being gay. Do you know that, LGBTQ? No one is stopping you from being who you are. The problem is that you guys have shoved it down our throats and are trying to teach our kids to question who they are. That's what's pissing people off, is we don't care what you do in your bedroom. Who gives a damn? That stuff has no business being out here. And you don't have to tell everybody and force everybody to agree with you. And you don't see conservatives out there killing people because they disagree with them. That's the difference. You notice that these people never attack Muslims. Try doing this shit in a Muslim country and see what happens to you. They choose to do it to the conservatives because most conservatives are Christians, although not all of them are. You don't have to be a Christian to be a conservative. But they feel like, well, Jesus taught, turn the other cheek, so we can assault the Christians because they're not going to do anything about it. And you see, that's why I don't call myself a Christian, because I will do something about it. I will fight back. And many of us will fight back. You just keep pushing. But see, that's what they want. They want to push us and push us and push us until we snap. We just want to be left alone. But when you poke the bear, bad things happen, right? You push people to their limits and bad things happen. And that's what they're counting on. They're counting on you seeing something that enrages you to the point that you would kill your own brothers and sisters. That's what I feel like is they shot me to death. So now we realize that some of the people that are closest to us, that's what they think of us. They would kill us if they could. How do you like that idea? See, they say that the right is hateful. See, you're a fascist because you believe in law and order. Nobody is stopping you from killing your baby. Nobody is stopping you from doing it. You can, if your state doesn't do it, you just drive across state lines and there's somebody there willing to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to kill your kid, you can. And if the Democrats had their way, you could kill them all the way up to, I think it's like 6 months. That's how much you think of life. But yet, an animal? No. You'll do anything and everything to save an animal. But you won't save a human life. They're worthless to you. This is the sickness that we're in. We're living in a world around where there's cowards that will, if they can't silence you by an argument, by a debate, they'll kill you. Sounds very similar to like in the Middle East over there, where they'll kidnap people, rape them and everything. And then when a country decides to strike back, then they'll just move their headquarters to all the religious mosques and shield themselves with the innocent women and children. It's the most cowardly act that you could do. That's what evidently the Democrats, where they're at now. That's not where they've been in the past. The Democrats have not always been like this. I remember a time where they weren't radical like this. They've gone so far off that a lot of Democrats have ended up, quote unquote, on the right, just because the Democrats went so far left that they had no choice. It's crazy. We're in some crazy times. And deception is extremely strong. The delusion is very strong. It's easier to believe a lie than to believe the truth. It takes nothing to believe a lie, and it takes everything to find the truth. There's more work involved. We have to research. We have to study things out. We have to see if things make sense. And you have to be able to debate. That's how we learn. That's how I learn. If I want to know something about cancer and fighting cancer, do I only listen to one doctor or do I listen to two? But when you start hearing all the doctors have the same answer and you want to hear something else, maybe, nutrition and maybe some type of diet, that takes work, doesn't it? You got to do research. So it's easier to believe a lie and to accept a lie than it is to find the truth. I hope that this country will find the truth. And the truth is, this is all being done by design to get us to hate each other, to cause war, to cause us to fight one another. What was going on in this kid's mind? Thoughts. And other people, other voices speaking to him and telling him what needed to be done. They convinced him that this man, Charlie Kirk, deserved to die. That this man, Charlie Kirk, was literally Hitler, according to them. And the thoughts kept coming and he didn't know what to do. He probably fought the thoughts off for a little bit. Oh, no, man, there's no way I could do something like that. And the thoughts kept coming over and over and over. This man is the enemy. Who knows what all reasonings went into his mind, thoughts went into his mind that he didn't know how to deal with. This is terrible. This was a terrible thing that happened. And anybody that thinks it was okay, please unfriend me because I'm done. If you're so stupid that you can't live in society, you need to be taken out of society. You need to be in a mental institution. Many people need to be in a mental institution. I had to do it when I was a teenager. I had a lot of problems. I had to go and spend time in a mental hospital to get my mind straightened out. Maybe that's what we need to start doing. Maybe we need to bring mental institutions back like they used to be in the early 1900s, man. You could get put away and you might not see the light of day again. I was with people that had been trapped already for a couple of years. Is that what kind of life you want? Because that's where we're heading. Something has to be done. We cannot allow people like this around us. People that think it's okay to kill somebody else because they disagree. So we cannot have people that overreact to everything. I mean, calling somebody Hitler, this is how far off the rails we have gone, allowing that kind of speech to continue. That's not free speech. That's absolutely lies. See, there has to be truth. There has to be order for things to flow properly. You start taking out the stop signs, people start crashing. Just absolute chaos. Well, guess what they want? They want chaos, because out of chaos, they bring the order. This is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely dishonorable. My heart and many people have been in a spirit of mourning. For me, I was in mourning for days. I could not watch it. I actually did not want to watch it, and I ended up seeing it. Again, if they didn't want us to see it, they'd shut it off. They did it. They've done it before. They shut off hundreds of doctors. When COVID was out, doctors were people that had a different point of view. They were silenced. They were shut out. And their videos weren't allowed. They were taken down. But in this case, there is so much disinformation and misinformation and deception going on. I don't know what is really going on, but I can tell you this. They want us fighting each other. They want you to kill your parents that you don't agree with because they're conservative and you're LGBTQ. And you don't feel like you've been accepted by people, or maybe you're black and you don't have a job, or you can't get a good job, and you see other people, they got better jobs than you, they went to college and you couldn't go, and you feel like everybody's out to get you, or maybe this specific group is out to get you, don't be deceived, my friend. You are the culmination of every decision that you've ever made in your life. It's not anybody else's fault. Many people have picked themselves up out of poverty and done something great. In fact, most of everything that has been done that has been great came out of the pain of poverty, the pain of growing up in a bad way. In the end, everybody has free will. God gave us free will, and everybody makes their own decisions. But don't get it twisted. People contribute to those decisions, telling people and calling everybody Hitler when, or specific people, calling them Hitler. Trump, he's literally Hitler. It's pretty sad. But this is where we are. Recognize it. Recognize the people are around you. This whole thing is showing us what people are about. The people around you, people that you trust, and now you can see what they're really about. They really hate you because you're conservative, because you're MAGA. The funny thing is that the people on the right, the conservatives, don't hate the Democrats. They wouldn't go shoot them up and all this kind of stuff like the Democrats do. The Democrats call for violence.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
Feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to...
Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
And they're the ones that call everybody that disagrees Hitler, fascist. It's not true. Don't fall for it. Your grandma and your grandpa, they're not the problem. They're not the enemy. The conservatives aren't your enemy, LGBTQ. You just don't need to shove it down our throats. Keep it to yourself. Who cares what you do in the bedroom? Do that in your bedroom. Why do we all have to? I mean, I guess you guys want everybody to change or something. Why can't you let us be? It's just another viewpoint. It's not going to hurt you. What are you so scared of? That they're going to take away your right? That'll never happen. Because most conservatives would actually die for you to have the freedom to make your own decisions. We just don't want you making those decisions for everybody and going to our schools and indoctrinating kids and stuff and confusing them about who they are. That's what's pissing people off, LGBTQ. Don't get it twisted, man. You guys listen to too many leftists or something, because I don't know anybody that really gives a damn about your sexual preferences. I don't. I could care less. There are conservatives that think you're going to hell and stuff like that. I don't really say that. My belief is that if you give something to God and you talk to God about it, God will tell you if you need to change. That's not up to anybody else. That's between you and God. But see, you guys have been led to believe somebody like Charlie Kirk is out to take your freedom from you, or that he's hateful because he has a conservative viewpoint. It's not hate. Go to a Muslim country and try to live the way you do and see if you'd get away with it. They'll kill you in Muslim countries. It's no joke. And yet in this country, the conservatives love you and accept you, but you guys, I don't know what's going on here. I feel like it's orchestrated. They're trying to orchestrate hate. They're trying to create hate where there is no hate. But obviously, somebody hates us to do something so despicable, to promote political violence, to promote us fighting each other. It's not worth it. Wake up.
I'm a gay conservative, and I just want to kind of ask you, like, what do you have to say for people like me who kind of feel like, I guess, it's kind of hard for gay conservatives because there's not a lot of us. So, like, what do you have to say to other gay people who need to realize, like, they do have a choice?
Yeah, first of all, welcome to the conservative movement. I don't think you should introduce yourself just based on your sexual attractions.
No, I agree.
Because that's not who you are.
I like to be thought of as a person. And
for sure, you are a complete human being, and I'm sure you treat people well, and you're studying something. So I want to get away with this idea that you're gay anything. I just think that we have gone a long way in the negative direction in this country, where we act as if the most important part of your identity is what you do in the bedroom. It doesn't mean that much to me, but if you ask from a perspective as a Christian, I don't agree with that lifestyle, but politics is about addition and multiplication. I imagine you agree with a lot of what we talk about.
Absolutely.
Right? Strong borders, strong country, and for that, we welcome you into the conservative movement.
Thank you.